Okay, and we are live. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on yet another fantastic episode of the podcast. And so today we have a phenomenal guest with us today. He is no other than Temitope Ayodele. So trust me, Temitope is an amazing man. He has a beautiful journey towards agriculture. He's also like the co-founder and the brand manager of Farmsquare. So I'm just going to read his bio so that we'll just delve into the conversation of today. Mr. Temitope, how are you doing today, sir?
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Guys, when we got on this call, he was like, "Oh, I'm on the field." I was like, "Yeah, that's really good because it just shows that you are a very hands-on person. Even on a Saturday, as early as 10 a.m. and WAT, he's already on the field. It shows how hands-on he is and how passionate he is about agriculture. So I'm just going to share with you guys his bio so you get to have an understanding of who is with us on board today on today's episode. Mr. Temitope Ayodele is the co-founder and brand manager of Farmsquare, a pioneering organization that provides farmers with seamless access to quality and affordable agricultural inputs alongside expert farm advisory. Mr. Temitope is a graduate of the University of Ibadan. He holds a bachelor's in agronomy and a master's in soil chemistry. He also holds an MBA from Quantum Business School and Technology, complementing his strong foundation in agriculture with expertise in business administration. Over the last 8 years, he has worked as a professional and has developed skills in user experience, user interface, design, branding, and digital marketing. His passion lies in helping business connect with their customer through innovative strategies and on digital platforms. Before co-founding FarmSquare, he worked as a program assistant with AIDS Healthcare Foundation, where he engaged grassroots communities, families, youth in impactful initiatives. At Farm Square, Temitope has driven the brand growth, achieving over $250,000 in transaction and expanding his reach across Nigeria. Temitope's journey reflects his dedication to agricultural development, business innovation, and empowering community through technology-driven solutions. So, guys, you've heard it about our guest today, and it's such a beautiful thing just having you here today, sir. Thank you once again
You're welcome.
for
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
yes. And so guys, to be I like to say this about my guests all the time. These are most of my guests are people that I have not even met in person. We just online and I just reach out to them and say, "Oh, this is what I'm doing, this is what we're about." And I just want to be able to spread the knowledge of agriculture and help the African youth see agriculture as a viable means for employability, for sustainability, and even income generation. And it's like, sure. Anything agriculture, anything youth empowerment, I'm totally game for it. And yeah, it is today. So thank you once again for joining us on this episode of the podcast. So my very first
Thank
question
you.
to you today is you're welcome. My very first question to you today, Mr. Temitope, is what inspired your transition from agronomy and soil chemistry into launching an agro business like FarmSquare? Because from your bio, you had the background, in agronomy, then soil chemistry, and now you're an agrotech business co-founder. So what inspired that transition for you?
Um, you know, um, when I was younger, I think at the age of let's say 13, 14, 15, I
Yeah.
remember that time. That was when these desktop computers started coming out. So,
Okay.
and I remember that each time the thing is protected then. How many people
Yeah.
has, there's nothing like, okay, let's say laptop was a few, but more of desktop and all. So I remember having this connection with that desktop. So whenever my sisters, my brothers, my parents, they are uh, asleep in the midnight, I'll go there on it and I'll be checking what is happening. This thing is intriguing. I love this. No, I was getting familiar with this thing, it was interesting. So I fell in love with anything that has to do with computer generally. And I remember
Okay.
several times collecting serious lab. And I will collect slab today. I will tomorrow. I'll go there. I'll collect slab. I know just the passion that I want to know this thing. I want to do this thing. Fast forward into the future when I finished my secondary school. I said, let me go and study computer science because I just love anything that has
Mm-hmm.
to do with gadgets, computer, mobile, and all device and all those stuff. I just love them. So I tried my best trying to get into university studies computer science, but it didn't work out. You get.
Mm,
So I decided, okay, let me do geology because I love geology. I said, let me do geology. Blah blah blah. I applied to OAU. Applied to OAU like two times. It didn't work out. So when I decided to that I was going to apply to UI, the first time I was accepted. All right. When I was accepted, we did an exam, and then unfortunately, I was not taken to study geology rather. So, and I said, what will I do? So somebody advised me that soil science under Faculty of Agriculture, under agronomy, is closely related
mm,
to geology. So I decided, okay, let me try it out and let's see how.
geology.
My
Yeah.
mindset was that I was going to transition from agronomy, maybe soil chemistry, soil
Yeah.
science, into geology at the end of the day. That was my goal. But by the time
Mm,
I got to 200 level, 300 level, 4, 500 level, I fell in love with agronomy as a whole. The funny thing is
mm,
that along the line, computer is something you can pick up. So I started
yeah.
learning computer. I started learning computer. I started do freelancing. Okay, I started doing Fiverr as at then. I was earning close to 40,000.
Mm,
I'm talking about 2013, 2012, 2011. I was doing freelancing, and that was what I was using to support myself in school. So that was how I developed myself in that aspect without going to university to study soil science, to study computer science and all. You get, while I studied agronomy. So by the time I went for my service, and I just said I need to further my education. And then so I said, okay, what will I do next? I love anything that has to do with practicals. I love reactions. I love all those. So I decided, let me go for soil chemistry because, of course, in master's level, you have to specialize in a particular area in agriculture. You can't say you want to go and do agronomy. Agronomy has different aspects. There's soil nutrition, there's plant nutrition, there's plant
yes.
chemistry, there's microbiology,
Yeah.
there's breeding. There are so many departments. There's what do you call it? I've forgotten a lot of it, but I just said, okay, let me go for soil chemistry because, of course, what are the reactions going on in the soil that makes these our plants to
On with it.
grow and develop.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the chemicals that come together, the ions that come together, the cations, the anions, the reactions that happen in the soil that makes these things to happen. Well, let me go and study this. That was when I went for soil chemistry. So while I was doing my masters, okay, I've developed myself in the area of digital marketing. I've developed myself in the area of computer science. I've developed myself in the area of branding and all. I've been doing jobs online. I've been doing freelancing. So by the time I came from my masters, I met a friend. Okay, I started working for international organization on digital marketing. I was an SEO specialist, search engine optimization specialist, search engine marketing specialized area. I was doing that. So I met a friend. He said he likes me, that he wants us to come up with something, do a business together at that master's level. We're about rounding off then. And I said, how do you? He said that he knows that I have skills in digital marketing, that he's just thinking we should put things together. And what bad that was that when we were having our project, when we were having our project, we discovered something. I personally, I needed a seed. I needed a seed, and I was looking for the seed throughout Ibadan. I couldn't find the seed for my project. That same friend was also my project student
Mm,
colleague too, was also looking for a special chemical, agrochemical. We couldn't find it. So well, we now
mm,
traveled out of Ibadan. I think I got my own at Osun State. He got his own at either Ogbomoso or thereabouts. So by the time we came back, and we were like, and people, we now saw the others struggling. So we were now thinking, is this what farmers go through to get seed, to get agrochemicals, to get all these farming tools? Are these the challenges they go through? If we can go through this, definitely we have so many people that are going through that problem. That was when I said, okay, this is where we can come together. Let us create a platform whereby people can on their phone order for any kind of farming tools, and we will now get the orders and deliver to them. So now me, I've done I've done hackathons,
mm.
I've done in web development, I've done hackathons in digital marketing, all those. I hope I'm not talking too much. Should I go ahead?
No, 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 of course. You're giving us the details.
Okay.
That's good. Of course, of course.
So all right. So that was when we now started. Okay, we now another friend now joined us, so we became three. So me, I specialize in online marketing. The other friend of mine, Olamide, he specializes in operation. We now have the third friend that specializes in tech, the tech aspect of the business. So we started gradually, and I
Mm,
remember that first year, that was 2020, that we started. We made about in the whole year we made about 16,000 naira. In the whole year we made about 16,000 naira. So it's passion and the capacity to learn, the passion to learn that transition me from this. I love learning. I love learning. I know you are going to ask me a question later that I will now link these things together, because later I became a UI US designer. Okay, it's just the passion to learn. That was why, and I see,
mm,
sometimes when you are starting a company as a co-founder, you don't have employees already, so you are doing a lot of things at the same time. So you are the one that is doing marketing, you are the one that is doing the website designing, you are the one that is doing the blog writing, you are the one that is doing a lot of things. So these are the reasons why I was just transitioning from now that I'm a co-founder. I have a business that has to do with agriculture, and I have a background in agronomy. I have a background in soil chemistry. I have a background in web development, digital marketing. So I transition from, let's say, crude plant crop cultivation to
mm.
technological um, aspect of farming, because the world now is centered around technology. Actually, we were just doing it as a passion. We didn't know that we will get there. So that is that is the short story I have to tell you. Mm. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's a beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, like how it all started. And it's just beautiful to see that how you know, I feel it's just beautiful to see how things panned out. Because at the initial, you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do geology, then you couldn't get
Yeah.
geology. Someone said do soil science, then you okay, your master's, you're like, okay, let me still delve more into this soil chemistry. And then in your final during your tests for your MS program, and you saw a need, and you then took initiative to then provide
Yeah.
solutions.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing to behold. And just seeing that, okay, you had people around you as well that could come on board with you on this journey to also provide those solutions to farmers.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful story. So it just all your transitioning started from seeing the need and then taking the lead to initiate that change.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question to you is now we're digging deep into Farm Square. Farm Square is solving a major problem for farmers, which is like inputs, like you highlighted,
Yes,
right? Can you sort
yes,
of walk
yes.
us through the core problems that you set out to solve, and how you have worked out some solutions? What are the core problems that you've observed, and how you are working out solutions to solve these problems at
Yeah,
Farm
thank
Square?
you. We are just bringing what is happening offline online. Okay, what happens typically offline for
Mm,
a farmer is that a farmer will have to probably be in an association, all right, and we call somebody, please, I need,
mm-hmm,
let's say, I need a chemical. Okay, I have a problem on my farm, or I want to plant cassava stem, I want to plant maize seed. Where can I get it? Okay, and the person will say, go to this particular shop at this particular area. You will see a woman, a man, is selling it. Just buy it, and when you buy, you are not, and you are buying, let me say, a recycled seed. Okay, an adulterated product, because you cannot certify the authenticity of that particular product. So you just buy that product and you believe that it should work. All right. So, and you take it to your farm and you apply without knowledge. Okay. Or you apply based on your experiences. All right. Now, so we now saw, okay, now there's a challenge of experience, there's a challenge of the input, and there's a challenge of knowledge. Okay,
mm,
so that I have this input does not translate to the fact that I can use it effectively, and that I have been doing it does not mean I'll keep doing
mm,
it, all right, to be able to get a better result. So things are changing, and then people are getting better results with the same effort, with the same time. So we are giving out convenience to farmers. That's what we are giving out. We are solving the problem of convenience. The time a farmer needs to be running about, asking questions, traveling from one place to another, from your phone, from your laptop, search for products. Now, I told you earlier that I'm a search engine optimization specialist. That is, what I do is that I make a
yeah.
product to be visible. So we created a website, an e-commerce website. So I took each product. Now, these products are not our products. I'm trying to show our secrets now. These products are not our products. We are
Mm,
not manufacturers. We are
mm,
just e-commerce platform. So we have partnered with several organizations that are manufacturing these products. Okay, talk of irrigation equipment, shade net, greenhouse equipment and materials. Okay, we have partnered with them, so we have their products on our website, and I optimize such products so that when you are looking for any agricultural inputs, our main vision is that when you talk about farm inputs, the first company that should come to your mind is Farm Square. So we made it such that anytime you are searching for any farming kit, Farm Square comes up on Google. So people now will now, okay,
yeah.
this product, they will now call or they message us on WhatsApp. Now we are not going through the old way of not making yourself. This is an online thing. A lot of people have trust issues. They have been scammed. They have been their money have been carted away, their sweat and all. That is one of the challenges. We will get there, okay. And it's part of what I said, that the first year we made about 16,000 because of trust. And when we started, we did not have an office. We don't have
Mm,
an office. We started in our room. I was in a particular location. I was working from home. The two others are also working from home. But of course, we can work on the same platform, and we are making things happen. So now, what we do is farmers just have the access to this farming institute, and it saves them the time to be going to look for these things, and to go and be by the time you deliver, we deliver product to them at their doorstep or close to them. It saves them the traveling, the money, the time, and the convenience. and that is the major thing we are selling
Yeah.
at Farm Square.
Wow. Wow, that's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Just going back to picking back on what you said, like the first year of operations, you guys made only 15,000 naira. But at that point,
No,
that your
fifteen,
total
fifteen
revenue
thousand naira.
is not even profit, oh, your total
15,000 naira
revenue was 15,000 naira. What made you guys
throughout the
still
year.
okay? So at that throughout the year, I'm saying, yeah, at that point, your entire revenue, revenue is different from profits. Revenue is like the money we
Mm-hmm.
made entirety. Profit is like
That is it.
we've
The total,
excluded our
everything.
operational cost. What is now left
Mm-hmm.
after taking out our operational cost? So that means on your first year, you were in a deficit. My question now is, what made you and your partners to still continue, even though on your first year it was not profitable? Because you could have as well said, this is not for us, it's not working.
This is it. You see, um, then, I told you I was working for some organizations online as a freelancer. So that
Yeah.
was paying me. That was paying me. So I
Mm,
didn't bother. Sometimes when I meet people, they will say, "Ah, you did this thing." I say, "See, I had an opportunity. I was doing a freelance job, so that the company
mm,
Farmsquare was not paying me then does not mean anything to me." And that was what was happening to the rest of us. Okay, we had
mm,
opportunity of doing something freelancing, and around that time I was working for an organization physically, even though I was working with Farmsquare. I was working with Farmsquare from home. So I go to the organization uh, sometimes in the day. I'll come back home and continue Farm Square. Sometimes those times I was sleeping, I will sleep around one a.m. for Farm Square, and I'll wake up around 4 a.m. and start the work again. But the passion, this is a passion. It's not that I stumbled upon it. It's what I do normally. It's my life. So those things
mm.
and we were seeing a future. We knew that there's something that is called grit. If you continue to do the same business over and over, and we have studied founders, an average founder breakthrough within 5 years, 10 years. You know, Amazon we talk about today, they did not make profit for 10 years. So we have read all these things. So it was not something new to us. We were just doing the thing that, and we were praying. Actually, we were praying that God one day we will spread. We will,
This work, yeah.
and because I had social media knowledge, so we started building our Facebook community. We started building our Twitter community. We started building our. No, we didn't start Instagram at the start, but we started Twitter. We started Facebook. We started LinkedIn. We started. Okay, I think it was last year. We even started bringing our community together on WhatsApp. So we started creating community on WhatsApp. So and currently over we have about 97,000 followers on Facebook. We have over 5,000 followers on
Wow, that's a
X. X now. It's not Twitter anymore. It's now
yeah,
X. So we
yeah.
have a lot of followers and connections on LinkedIn. Now, so I could remember second year. Let me tell you something about second. I think second year our total revenue for second year was about I can't remember now, but I think it was not up to 5 million. 5 million. Yes, second year, 5 million. It was third year, fourth year, last year that we started making about 300 million. So and 600
Mm,
million.
wow,
You get. So now this thing started
wow.
gradually. The passion drove us. In fact, at a point, we wanted to pull out. Wanted to pull out that because I being the three of us having so many capacities we can function in, we are seeing jobs. We are seeing jobs. I've seen jobs in Lagos. I've seen jobs in Abuja, and I denied saying I will stay in Ibadan just to be. I think in 2020. 2021, which are, let's say, our second year or first year, as if you count through 12 calendar, we started paying ourselves 10,000 per month, 10,000 naira per month. Later, we started paying each other
Mm,
20,000 naira per month. Later, we went to 50,000 naira per month. Later, we went to 70,000 naira per month. Later, we went to 100,000. Later, we went to 150. Later, we were now increasing gradually. Now we have staff. Okay, it was three of us
incrementally.
that started. It was three
Yeah.
of us that started. Now we have an office in 2021. We started an office. Now we have like three outlets, and we have shops here and there. So, and that's how business is. People. I just see people coming out and say, we've seen people after us. The market is big. We have competitions. We have The market is big. We cannot satisfy everybody. Imagine people from the southwest, people from southeast, from north, and we are in Ibadan. We cannot. So we have companies coming. We have seen them come and go, because most of them is money that is driving them, not passion for the people. We want to solve the problem for people, and we don't bug ourselves with, even if you are making money or we are not making money. Of course, if you are making money, it will encourage us, no doubt about that. But that is not our
Yes.
main focus. Our main focus is that the stress I went through to get the seed when I was doing masters, I don't want another person to go through it. While I am solving that, probably, Jim Ron said something. He said, when you are helping others, indirectly you are helping yourself. Help people solve their problem, and
Yes.
indirectly your own problem will be solved. Okay, and that is our focus. We want to solve people's problem, and at the end of the day, God should reward us by solving our own problem. So that is
Wow.
it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I like how you talked about the fact that, there's a lot of grit that was in that process in those hard times, and just being committed and
Mhm.
seeing the bigger picture. And that was how you guys were able to still put in the work. And it paid off. Just like you said, like, okay, if we put in the work, it paid off. Thank you very much for sharing that. So my next question to you is, what are the biggest pain points do Nigeria face? Okay, I think you sort of answered this. Pain points of getting authentic seeds. This is the first time I'm even hearing that there are seeds or like farm inputs that are not authentic. Honestly, I would not
Sure,
think that
sure.
anybody would fulfill
Okay,
farm
I,
inputs.
I can give you an instance. If people are doing, anointing oil,
Oh
oil
yes.
that people now tag as anointing oil. If people can do that. I believe you have seen the news that a lot of people are now doing that at their backyard. If people can be adulterating Coca-Cola, adulterating that, why can't they
Mm,
adulterate seed? Why can't they? It's normal. You can just, okay, now, for
wow.
instance, I preserve seed. I preserve seed. If you check our Facebook page, you see I preserved cucumber seed. I preserve what do you call it? Papaya, pawpaw seed. Preserve a lot of seeds. Okay, and I can do that and package it and name it something and start selling it. Meanwhile,
Mm,
I have not tested the germination percentage. I have not been certified by the Seed Organization of Nigeria. I've not nobody is I'm just selling locally at one brick and mortar store at my backyard or somewhere in a market, and local people just come around and I say, oh, I am selling
mm,
this seed, and they say, okay, I'm buying it. Okay, I'm selling it at 10,000 naira. Let me assume I'm selling it at 10,000 naira, and at the end of the day, probably is just out of let's say 20 seeds, only five germinated. That is a 20%
oh,
germination rate, which is poor. But now
oh, yes.
we have hybrid seed, we have improved seed that are from registered company, certified, you know, and that is what we sell to people, that that the germination percentage is 98%, is 95%. We can't say something is 100%. We'll just be lying. Nothing is 100%. Nothing is done 100%. Even human being, we are working towards perfection. In the religious aspect. Anyway,
True.
so and machines are not 100% efficient. So when people are saying the seed I'm producing is 100%, I laugh. You get, so we can say okay, we give people, because we don't give people false hope, because you can get to the feed and the feed is telling you another thing and we are telling you another thing. You won't trust us because we are based on integrity. We even prefer to tell you less and you see more than tell you more and you see less. You get,
Mm.
so and that is it. Sorry that I caught you. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. It's totally fine, totally fine. But like I said, this is the first time I'm actually hearing that oh, they are like inferior seeds and all that. I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't think that anybody would want to, do that. But like you gave illustrations, if people can adulterate other well-known brands, they would definitely do that to agricultural inputs as well. Okay,
Yes.
so my next question is, doing agro business in itself, it's already tough. It's a tough terrain, to be honest. What were like the key turning points in scaling Farm Square, and what lessons have you learned? I think you shared a bit about this, but just give us more details. What were the turning points for scaling it and the lessons you learned?
um let's be real. We want to sell. Selling to make profit is the baseline of everything, apart from the fact that you have passion for people. All
Mm,
right. And what keeps your passion driving is an encouragement. All right.
mm,
When we started, I was a single man.
mm.
Now I'm a family man with two children. We are all family men now, but we started as a single. Okay. If what we were doing as
Yeah,
at 5 years ago, and we were doing it based on passion, now that passion need to translate to something that can feed our family and still keep the passion going. So
yeah.
selling is very, very important at the end of the
Mm,
day. So while we scale up is that we do what we call relationship building.
mm, mm.
Relationship building. How did we come about that strategy? Now, I don't want to go biblical now in a way. But apologies to those who are not Christian. So please permit me to give this illustration because that's the best illustration that can come to mind now. Okay, remember Elisha? Elisha told that widow that what do you have
Yeah.
in your house? He said a
Mm.
oil jar or a jar of oil. It's not okay. Borrow vessels. Go and borrow. Go and borrow
Yes.
vessels. Begin to pour it and begin to multiply and sell it and pay your debt. So it came to mind that we can the widow got those vessels based on the fact that of relationship. He knew people and he
Mm.
went there and borrowed. If you don't know me, I cannot respond to you.
Yeah.
But if we have a relationship, I can leverage on that relationship to transact with you. I
True.
always say
True.
something. I say friendship is for us to take advantage of each other. Relationship building is for us to take advantage of each other. So we started building personal relationship with people. How did we do that? Okay, we started educating the people, giving them solutions to their problem and not selling. An average human being don't want to be sold to. They don't want you to sound salesy. Okay, what they want to do is they want you to help them to solve their problem, and you will doing that, your own problem will be solved. So we started educating the people, educating them. How do you plan? How do you connect these things? How do you do these things? Now we have an app. We are working on an app. We have launched it actually, but it was
Wow.
not to what we want. So we pull it down. It
Mm.
is called advisory. Advisory. That is our strategy of scaling. Advisory. Now let people get any farming tools, but they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to
Mm.
use it. Yes, that's it. How will I, what will I do to my tomato seed that will give me tons of it? What will I do to my cassava stem that will give me a huge amount of root tubers of cassava? What will I do? How will I do it? How many months does it even take? What are the agronomic practices that are technologically based now that I can use? When you train people based on that, they will trust you and they will feel they owe you. You get? Let me go this route, okay? As a boyfriend and girlfriend, as husband and wife, when you are taking care of your spouse, when you are taking, you will feel the need to be like, I owe this person something. And that is what we did. We were teaching them, educating them on what to solve their problems. So people started trusting us. Now there's something in marketing. It's called no like and trust. No like and trust. Okay. So when you are educating people, they will start knowing you. They will know you to the extent of now liking you. Is until they know you and like you, that is when they can trust you to send their money to you, to trust you with their money. You get? Sometimes I pray that Lord make me your treasurer, give me money. You get? It's based on relationship. So we started building relationship. That was why we have different communities. We have our key focus is building communities, solving their problems, giving them solutions back to back. When we are doing that, nobody will tell them to buy. But we do our strategy on 4:1, 4:1. And I started using a strategy called 30:1 or 27:1. Now I'll explain. 4:1 is that if I'm going to post anything that has to do with us selling one, I will have posted something that has to educate people, inform them, entertain them 4 times before we talk about ourselves 1 time. So if we have 30 days, 31 days in a month, I should educate them for 30 days and 1 day talk about myself and talk about it really, really well. They will have trusted me enough to at least flow with my what I posted about myself once. And it takes an average of 7 hours for somebody to trust. So let me say, for somebody to know you, 7 hours. If I'm with you for the next 7 hours and we are discussing, or probably I saw you 5 minutes, another 10 minutes, another 15 minutes, culmination of 7 hours is enough for somebody to know you. But that has to be done repeatedly. Okay, nobody sees you once and decide to flow with you once. They must have seen you severally because before they flow with you. So that is the strategy we are using. I hope I've not exposed myself. That's it. Thank you.
Wow, that's really beautiful. I like when you chipped in the fact that it's very important, especially in marketing. People actually buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And the model that you guys sort of operate with just educating people. I like to say this all the time to like my team at work. Like the best customer you can get is an educated customer. The more
Mm-hmm.
educated people
Mm-hmm.
are about your product and your services, the more likely that they are able to sort of do or transact business with you. So thank you so much
Yeah,
for
sure.
highlighting that. So my next question to you is: uh, it seems as though along the way you were stacking up necessary skills that was going to be useful to you in Farm Square unknowingly to you. The skills that you were just acquiring, just to make ends meet and all that and earn an income, they all became very useful to you as you co-founded Farm Square. So my next question to you now is: how has your expertise, particularly in UX UI design as well as SEO marketing, helped you with uh, user experience on the platform, and also the willingness for the people to sort of adopt those innovative solutions that you guys are bringing on board for them to serve them better? So just give us
All right.
a hint on that. How has your skill set? Yes.
Let me start with this. If if you were going somewhere and somebody took you along, it will be faster. If you're going somewhere that you don't know, okay, and maybe
Mm.
you just saw somebody and said, ah, please, so I'm going to this particular area, and the person said, ah, that is where I'm going. Let us go together. Your journey will be shorter. But if you are going to somewhere you don't know, and you need to be asking people, and nobody is, I was in Lagos some day one day many years back, and I was asking for a particular person that I'm going somewhere. The person said go this way. I got there. The person said, I go back to where you are coming from. I got there. I said, I don't enter today. So now my journey as a UI UX started when we wanted to build a mobile app. And before, and still now, I'm the graphic designer for Farmsquare. I'm good at graphic design, at least in the simplest form. I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro. Okay, so I'm a graphic designer. So this guy, we call this guy, we outsource this out to his team, build us an app, and we have what we want to do. We stated it, we made the contract, and we gave the guy. And 1 month, guy, what's happening? No response. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. I got angry and I said, ah, is this thing that hard to build? So the guy was not saying, by the time we got the guy finally, he said the UI UX guy, he designed something, and by the time I'm looking at something, I'm like, "Ah, I don't like the way this thing is looking at." So I started making inquiry that how will I even become this UI? I'm passionate about it. I want to learn it because this guy does not give us what we want. He's not giving us what we want. Each time we do, we had our meeting then. So I said, okay. I started looking out for opportunities and I applied for UI UX with the company. I've forgotten the name now. They took us about 500 of us and scaled it down about 250. So they trained us on UI UX for about 3 months. So I left that company. I went to another one. I learned it again. I went to another one. I learned it 3 times. So, but while I finished the first one, I rebuilt, redesigned their app. I redesigned it to taste, at least to that level I knew then, because I can't design that for my enemy anymore. You get, but to the level I knew then, which was even better than the person we paid. So that now helped my, let me say, graphic skill again. I stopped using the graphics platform I was using, Photoshop and CorelDRAW. So I started using Figma. Until now I use Figma to do all my design. You get, so I I I can say this thing is just passion to learn that is making, and the fact that you don't have people that you can trust to do it, and the fact that people, my wife will say something. My wife will say, I like the fact that you like doing things on your own because satisfying me is in a way is somehow hard. So because you cannot do it the way I want it to be, I will rather do it. I will rather go and spend money, learn it, and do it than outsourcing it for somebody that will disappoint me and that will not do it to detail. So because if you are not detailed, you'll be detained, you'll be
Mm.
captive, you'll be a captive of something. So I like that. So that was why I transitioned into UI UX again. And but now, of course, because responsibility are getting much, you cannot be the graphic designer. Because when we started, I was a graphic designer. I was the SEO expert. I was the SCM expert. I was the UI UX designer. I was the marketing officer. I was the social media. But now, responsibilities are getting higher. We have started getting staff. So we need to shed off all these things and focus on the business administration alone now. Because if you are doing so many things will not be achieved. That is for the beginner. But as time goes on, you need to look at have people that you can, of course, because you have the knowledge, you can guide them, you can supervise them, But you don't have to do it as time goes on. But at the beginning of a business, you'll be the one doing. Somebody told us, he said, business is lonely at the beginning. When you start a business, it's lonely at the beginning.
Yeah.
But as you begin to climb up the ladder and people start knowing you over time, people don't mind investing millions in you because they know now that if you can stay in that business till now, then there's something working. I believe I've answered your question.
Yes, 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 of course. You've definitely answered that question for me. Uh, my next question now is: many agro business owners overlook branding, right? They just feel like, it's just farm inputs I'm selling now, or it's just farm machineries I'm selling now. It's just, so they sort of overlook branding. So my next question now is: how has digital marketing and branding played a role in the success of Farm Square? How has digital marketing and branding just sort of
Wow.
helped with the success you guys have achieved so far?
Um, let me give you our one secret. If you visited our office today, you'll be disappointed. People have done that severally. Okay.
Okay.
Now, sincerely speaking, Farm Square to us, I don't want to say the negative. Okay. I'm a positive person. We are big. We are big, but in reality, we are not that big. Okay. Where we are going is big, but in reality, where we are now, we are not big, but branding has made it look as if we are big. A lot of people when they visit our office, they'll be like, "Really? So this is the farm square that is everybody is shouting about? Everybody is what gave us that branding or that kind of name is because of social media. The way we place, the thing is when you see, let me go this route, okay, and forgive me. When you see a beautiful lady, if you see a beautiful lady, figure eight that understand Romance 8, you will assume that she should be brilliant and intelligent.
Mm,
Pointed,
mm,
if you see a beautiful lady with the whole figure eight and everything, and she by the time she talk, foolishness oozes out of her, you'll be disappointed. All
mm,
right. So now that is there's a man that said, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Okay, a cover can be so beautiful, but when you open it, you just see that it is black and white. It is not colored book, but the outer may be beautiful. All right. So now in social
mm.
media, people. Let me leave that. Let me leave that. Let me not go into revealing something. But the way you present yourself is the way people will carry you. Okay,
Mm.
your appearance will be what people will see as your representative. It is what you will call yourself that people will call you. The
Yeah.
name you give yourself is the name
Mm.
people will give you. Okay, so names are very,
Yeah.
very important in life, and that is what branding helps us to achieve. Give yourself a name that you want people to see. Carry yourself with dignity. People will carry you with dignity. But when you do your business anyhow, people will take you anyhow. And that is what we have
Mm.
used social media as a technology to achieve. The way we place ourselves out there, our design, our videos, our um, our solution to people, our customer service accessibility, our honesty made everything. The thing is, if you look at a Toyota, that's why you
Yeah.
have to be mindful of every aspect of your business. Okay, an average car has about over 30,000 parts, over 30,000 parts.
Mm.
And each part, if it is not working, a car cannot move on the highway.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful about every aspect of your business, because that is what is called business. I think I will stop there. Let me stop there.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. It just speaks volume to the fact that there's a very integral thing that digital marketing helps with business. It sort of helps to amplify your impact and the value that you
Yeah.
serve with and the value that you present to the table. Yeah, so it puts you in a
Mm-hmm.
certain light in the mind of your customers. It puts you in a certain, they have a certain perception of you, and they want, it's also an avenue for them to know and like and trust you, because it's an avenue for them to,
Yes,
you to be
now.
able to reach out to more people ordinarily. Because before we jumped on this call, backstage we were just talking, and you're like, you're in Ibadan. And I'm like, wow. In my mind, I actually felt you were in Lagos. I was like, no, we're in Ibadan. I was like, oh my God. And so the impact is so, because I associated it with Lagos because of the kinds of things that you guys are doing. And it's just a testament to see what digital marketing has sort of helped you, amplified your reach to your target market. So my next question to you is, FarmSquare has facilitated over $250,000 in transactions. What strategies drove this success, and what do you advise do you have for entrepreneurs aiming for similar success or more?
All right. The strategy we use is church strategy.
Okay,
Church
explain.
strategy.
Okay.
You know, most entrepreneur use evangelism strategy, one-on-one evangelism strategy. But we use
Mm,
group evangelism strategy. Group. All right. If I am ordering, I as a person, I'm ordering a product from you, the profit I will get will be just me. The revenue you will get from me, revenue your
mm,
company, the profit your company will get from me is just me and me alone, because your evangelism was just to me. But if you evangelize to group of people, okay, your now that is increasing your odds. There's a saying
mm,
that out of 10 people you speak with, one person will buy.
mm,
So if I know that out of 10 people, now it's different from different people. Okay. Some people can talk to 20 people and one person will buy. Some people can talk to 50 people and one person will buy. Some people can talk to 5 people and 2 people will buy. Understand your own market. To convince people in agriculture to buy when they have alternatives is hard, especially when they are farther
mm,
from you, when they are far from you, and then they are not full at your local area. So if we know that out of 10 people, based on our research, one person will buy, then let us increase the people we talk to 1,000, so that we can have 100 buys.
mm,
So let now, when we do that and we have 100 people buying from us, then we need to treat them specially. We need to communicate with them. Communication. Okay, communication. Then don't be interested in what they will buy. Be interested in what they will get out of what they buy. That is why some of our communities we have marketplace where farmers come and sell, because yes, I've sold an input to you. You have used it, we have trained you, we have educated you. You now have a bountiful harvest. Can you sell it? Do you have the market to sell it? If other effort was put in place and at the end of the day those effort didn't translate to money, to cash, to profit for you, we have also failed. We should be able to
mm.
follow up till you can sell, and at the end of the day you can come back. If you fail to sell, you can't come back again.
True.
So that is the process, that's the progression. So don't just sell, follow up to be sure that they sell. When they sell, you make more money.
Yeah. Mm. Fantastic. I never would have thought about it that way. It's just beautiful to just hear that you guys approach from a cluster perspective, in that people buy in groups. That's one. And also, you are more keen about end to end. So it's not just only when they purchase inputs from you, you try to just follow through and ensure that they are able to also dispose of the agricultural product that they were able to like grow or raise, so that they can still come back. It's like a circle. So they can still come back and get more inputs from you.
Yes,
So it's like, oh, it's like, okay,
it's
end to end
it's like a
thinking.
spider
Yeah,
web.
yeah, yeah. And
In
as you even
chemistry, in
help farmers
chemistry,
that way. Yeah,
yes,
speak.
in chemistry, we call that continuous process. An arrow move this way and it
Yeah,
comes back this way. So it continues, go, come, go, come.
yeah. And in that way, those farmers that you've helped, they become like your natural evangelists. Like there's this community I'm part of. They provide support, help with seeds, even without you even telling them about to like, oh, tell your friends or tell people that are into agriculture about us. They would definitely like every satisfied customer is a natural evangelist for your brand. Every satisfied
Eh,
customer.
that, that
Wow,
is
that's
why
a good
relationship
strategy.
building,
Very, very
yes, relationship building is very, very good.
Mm, wow. Wow. That's really good. Really good. Okay. My next question to you. Where do you see the future of agriculture and agrotech in Nigeria, particularly, and Africa? And what are like some of the emerging trends that young entrepreneurs should pay attention to?
Ah, where I'm seeing agriculture is, the thing is, um, the bulk of people doing agriculture at the moment are elders. If you look at the statistics, of course, we do data analysis and all, you see that people who are buying anything agriculture are those who are, let's say, 40, 40 and above. So we have a lot
Mm,
of population that is below 40. These
yeah.
people that are above 40, uh, I'm not happy to say they are getting older, their strength is getting smaller, and they will die soon. All right, so we need to
Mm,
bring the youth, we need to catch them young, the youth, we need to bring them along, we drag them along to learn from them and to begin to get involved. Now, if we are bringing youth, we all know that youth are technologically driven. I remember the first time
yeah.
my sister bought an iPhone, the way she was pressing itself, you'll be laughing. She will be doing like this, you'll be laughing. Ah, no, don't do like that. Just do gently. Don't you want to spoil the screen. No, now. Just do like this. No, you see these young children, the way they do these things, something you bought a phone with your money. What you are doing with that phone is just to call, receive text, and all. But once these youths take your phone like this, they will show you what you did not, they are not the one that bought it, but they will show you what you don't know about it. So
Yeah.
if these guys are technologically inclined, it shows that farming, if you want to be, if you want it to last, because that is our core in Africa, in Nigeria, we need to bring in technology
Yeah.
and social media, iPhones, Samsung, and all this Android. The web just come along, maps, area view, all these things, develop us drones to
Yeah.
spray chemicals, drones to take area view, drones to take photos and videos, and these guys can operate them. If you give a phone to an average person above 40, 45, 50, they don't have that um they cherish, they love their gadget so much that they don't want to exploit it because they are the one buying it for themselves. You get. But a youth, we want
Yeah.
to take risk. As youth, we want to take risk. We want to travel. We want to test this. We want to test that. We want to gain experience. and the bulk people that are taking experience, taking risk should be the one you should target the more, so that you can bring them if you want your business to
mm,
also last. Okay, so you can bridge the gap
mm.
of the youth and the elders, and before you know it, you create something for them. Okay, so that they are of course now the most people we deal with, that most people that can use Android phone. Okay, we can't begin to include those without Android phones now, because they will stress us, except you go on offline.
Yeah.
Offline, if we go offline, we can reach them, but if we come online, they will stress us, because people they'll be asking questions that are obvious. Questions that are obvious, they'll be asking it. But a youth, questions that are hidden, be solutions or problems that are hidden, they will find the solution to it by themselves, and they will solve it.
Mm.
So, and that is where technology comes into play, and that is, you said it the other time, educating the people, the young, the children, the old, educate them. There are so many elders now, that, of course, it's just time and chance that happen to all us all. So it's just time and chance that has placed them to be above us, so that by the time they sit down, what they see, we when we climb mountain, we cannot see.
Yeah.
So we still need to include everybody in the channel and give them a technology that is specific to them to use. Very soon we'll be coming up with what they call um, text message with code to include those who don't have Android phone. Then voice call, these are things we are
Yeah.
working in, because people, a lot of these people, they listen to radio the more. So you can go to radio stations, you can include audio, you can show them offline, while you are now building people that will take over from them with decent technology. So because they can easily understand it and create a solution around whatever they do, you know I was
Yeah.
telling somebody, I say anybody that hide a video and code the video for me, the person is just being funny, because I will break it. That is me, you get, and that is the risk we take as youth. You get, but somebody will do it and be tired. For me, I will say I will do it and I will achieve it, and that is it. So I
Yeah.
don't know if I've treated your
Wow.
question.
Of course you have. Of course. Of course. Okay. So entrepreneurship, right? It's a demanding and very challenging, I would say, profession as it is, and they are not devoid of setbacks or challenges. So, can you share like a major setback you have encountered, and how were you able to navigate it? Because an entrepreneur will be on this call and be listening and then know that, they are not alone. So, one of the things that I have sort of observed over the years is, I think like a lot of people mostly share their success story and do not share some of their sort of downtimes or challenges. And that's like the thing that really helps people, because so that they don't feel like what I'm going through is just unique to only me. I'm just the only one facing what I'm facing. But hearing someone say, okay, I was at this particular spot and this was how I navigated it. So a person that is in that space will not feel like this is just unique to me. It's just peculiar to me. Someone has gone through it and this is how they went through it. And I personally can be able to navigate that. So if you don't mind sharing, just let us know what was like one of the major setbacks you sort of encountered and how you navigated that in your entrepreneurship journey.
This is a lot. This is a lot. It's so bulky. I'm trying to know how I'm going to disintegrate it so that people can understand, because just I've said it the other time, entrepreneur, as a business owner, is a lonely journey. If you want to be a businessman or an
Mm,
entrepreneur, you don't need anybody to encourage you. You need David encouraged himself in the Lord. That is what is an entrepreneur should do. You will always encourage yourself in your business and in the Lord. If you are
yeah.
if you are one that want to do that. Encouragement comes from within. It is internal. It is not
Mm.
external. If you are looking for encouragement from external, you cannot be a businessman. You cannot be an entrepreneur. If you are looking for somebody to begin to praise you, and begin to shower, no, 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 no. You are not supposed to be a businessman. A businessman is someone that, despite what you are going through, you believe in what you are doing. You know you have the right direction. You know that you are not open on chance. You are not open on gambling. You are not gambling. Entrepreneur
Yeah.
is not a gamble. Anything you do without a strategy is a gamble.
Mm.
But even if you are doing gambling with a strategy, I consider it that you are not doing gambling. So
Mm.
when you have a strategy of doing something, you are not open on faith, you are not open on a miracle. You are, of course, you should do that. Now, we are not saying we are. I believe in miracles. I believe in all those stuff, having faith. But of course, if you read the Holy Book well, it talks about in James 2 verse 26, talk about the fact that a body without the spirit, as dead as a body without the spirit, so also is faith without work. Okay, so
Work.
as a
Yeah.
believer, you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work.
Mm.
You need to be encourage yourself, because I tell you, you go through a lot of discouraging time. Yes, let me tell
Yeah.
you something no, let me not say discourage me. It encouraged me, even though it hurt me. Okay, from a family member. Okay, I went to visit this family member when we were just starting, year 2020, 2021, when we were just still starting, and I stayed with the family member for a week, and the family member now told this particular fellow that I'm going back to Ibadan. Now I came to Lagos with the recommendation of this particular person to come and take up a job, because they have not started seeing the positivity in what I do, so they don't believe it. Okay, and because of the love they have for me, they
Yeah.
want me to do something so that I can marry and begin to live life and begin to enjoy life. So they are not interested in the encouragement I have for them. So they are not interested in
Uh, mm.
so they have not started seeing the positivity in my life. So I came to Lagos with the recommendation of this particular person to come and take up a job.
Oh, sorry, I had a call and I've been praying that I don't have a call since morning.
Call since morning, praying, because I do have a lot of calls. Yes, I should have brought my Wi-Fi so that at least I
Okay.
can shut off my
So
internet.
you were
I
giving.
can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear
Okay, I
me
can
now?
hear you. So you were giving the illustration about the family member, and that's when you sort of broke up a
You
bit.
said
You were giving the
yeah.
illustration about the family member thing.
So I now told my family, after coming to Lagos. Yes, after coming to Lagos to sign, to do an interview, and I having passed the interview to start a job, just they've given me the what do you call it, a referee letter to go home, sign and begin, and I rejected. So after a week, I told the family member that I'm going back to Ibadan, and the family like, what are you going to do? There's no, we have not seen what you are using your life to do. Yeah, yeah. Something like rubbishing and discouraging. From that moment, I decided this thing, I will not give up. You see people discouraging you. People saying, "Are you sure what you are doing will work? Are you?" No, but then let me tell you something. Why was I able to keep on? One, passion. Number one. Number two, I was not paying for rent. so that people will not say, okay, how were you
Mm.
paying for? Were you not paying bills? Were you not paying this? I do tell people that come to me. I say, see, uh, I have a house that I don't pay rent. Is for me, you know. So now that saved me money. I don't pay for um rent. I don't pay electricity bill. It's paid for. So because somebody can say, and I'm the last born,
Mm.
okay, I'm the last born of my family. So when somebody compares themselves, I will say you are foolish, you are not wise. Once you start comparing yourself as an
Mm.
entrepreneur with another entrepreneur, you don't know the opportunity that is available for that person to keep moving. Okay, I am the last born of my family. I can call one or two people. You are the firstborn of your family as an entrepreneur. Who can you call? Okay, so there, and
Mm.
I'm not obligated, or I'm not, I don't have obligation to whoever, except I want to do it for my niece and nephew. Okay, if I want to do that as the last born, but you as the firstborn, that you have like five siblings, three siblings, you are to fend for them. The opportunity that will be available for you will be different from mine. So this journey of entrepreneur is unique. You need to look at the opportunities, the SWOT, your SWOT, do your SWOT analysis. What is your strength?
Mm.
What is your
Yeah.
weaknesses? What are your strengths rather? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities that are available for you? What are the threats that will be posing on your business? You need to sit down, understand that, then develop a unique system for yourself to say, okay, if I cannot break through in 5 years, if I cannot break through in 2 years based on this SWOT analysis, then I am not ready to continue this business. Because some people, because you have business, you will now be lackadaisical about it, you will not take it serious. Meanwhile, when you work as an employee with an organization, you will work yourself out just to make sure that you meet up and collect salary. So you need to look at yourself
Mm.
in that manner. I'm working. Don't see, that is why you are different from your business. Your business is an entity. You are an entity. Treat it like that. Don't treat your business as your brother. Mm-mm. He's an entity. He's an entity. He's a human being. You are a human being. Treat it that way. If it does not grow,
Mm.
you don't grow. If your organization you are
Yeah.
working for does not see an impact in what you do, they might sack you. So these are the things you need to consider as
Mm.
entrepreneur. Be serious. Be see. I don't want to go this route, but see, money making is warfare. It's warfare. You have to be smart. You have to
Mm.
be
Me
hardworking.
making
You have
warfare.
to war it.
Mm.
Yes, you have to war it. You have to war it, because see, the same thing you are doing, some other people are doing it and they are not doing it just the way you are doing it.
Mm.
So you need to stand on your watch. You need to stand on your watch. Stand on the tower. You need to hear what your business you
Mm.
speak. Speak to your business and let your business speak to you. Do meeting with your business. Call your meeting into a meeting and say, my business, this is what I'm doing. What will you do for me? And before you know it, your business will speak to you. The art speak to people. So your business will speak to you is an entity and tell you, this is what I want you to do. Anyway, let me not go there. Let me talk of practical things that people can relate with. So what I'm saying in essence is that be hardworking, look at the opportunities you have, look at the threats. If your opportunities and threats cannot contain you to be an entrepreneur, this is what I recommend. Get a job. Get a job that can be financing your daily to daily activities and your daily your basic needs. Then start the business gradually. Okay, start the business gradually. When you have grown the business to an extent that can begin to pay you, resign and focus on the business. Okay, spend
Mm.
80% of your effort to build your business. See, this is what I do. Anything that is giving me money, I spend 80% of my effort to build it, and spend 20% of my effort for something that I'm newly building that has not grown. So if I'm working for an organization and I want to start a business or as an entrepreneur, I'll give the organization I'm working with 80%. You know, the Bible. No, let me not talk about the Bible now, but the word of the Lord said that when you do the work of somebody well, your own will be given to you. When you don't do somebody's work well, your own will not be committed into your hand. You get. So let me
Mm.
start that because of time.
That's beautiful. That's really amazing. I like how you sort of put it into perspective, letting people know that you have to sort of look at your own unique experience. Another person's
Mm-hmm.
experience or journey is different. The person that is the last born that is not paying bills, and the person that is the first child, your expectations of life are different. And even money making is a warfare. I had to put that as a tweetable tweet. Like, money making is a warfare. Like, you have to be on your guard. Just like you say, you don't there's no don't handle it with slackness of hand. You have to be very serious and zealous about it. So my other question to you now is, what is like the role of partnership, investors, and collaboration within the agribusiness space, and how can people sort of connect with Farm Square?
All right. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, let me say it that way. You know, sometimes I'm a deep thinker and I think a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes I might be thinking of something because I've not finished thinking of it and getting what I want. If I see somebody coming, I will avoid that person just to finish the thinking that I'm thinking. All right. So
Mm.
I can avoid because there's something I don't want to greet you because I don't want you to disrupt that thought process. So if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go partnering with people. Okay, just look at let's use this meeting as a case study. Okay, my audience
Yeah.
with your audience, it pushes faster, but my audience can only push
Yes.
me. Okay, now that is why you see people promoting businesses. You see um people that like Ronaldo, and Ronaldo is an ambassador for a particular brand, and it pushes them up. That is what partnership can do. Now, a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to build relationship. Okay, your net worth depends on your network. Okay,
Mm.
if I know, somebody said something. He said, if there are four foolish person around you, and you can only count four foolish person around you, you did not count well because there are five. You are the one that is the
Mm.
fifth. All right. So, as a person,
Yeah.
if you want to go far in life, you need to meet people of like mind. Now, if you look at Farm Square, I see people that want to start a business and they want to start it alone. Now look at me bringing my expertise as what I've told you. If you invite the other two co-founders, they will tell you their own experts. We bring this our ideas together to build it. Even though sometimes when I'm discouraged, the two of them are on fire. If the two of them are
Mm.
discouraged, I am on fire. Or if one of us, that's how business partnership works. Okay. Now, unfortunately, in agriculture, I don't know why we don't like associating, partnering with people. So the best way is sometimes attend events and connect with people. Make sure you can give them value. One of the easiest way to connect with somebody is looking at the person's weakness and profile a solution. They will bring you closer than you just going there and be spitting something that will not make that person to connect. When you meet person and you want the relationship to be closer, look at the problem in the life of that person and give a solution to it, no matter how little it is. You become stronger and better. And that is what are not ready to do. They just want to
Yeah.
collect. You are not ready to give. And the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. The process of receiving and connecting is to first give give to somebody. Okay, now
Yeah.
you are giving, you are solving a problem. That is where how you met me, and that is where we can connect, and relationship has been built,
Yeah.
and partnership can go further from here.
Yeah.
You get. So partnership has really
Yes.
helped Farm Square. Okay, it has really helped Farm Square in a lot of. We have connected with people that gives it's just one word. Some people is just one word. It's just one word. What somebody that has an experience can, what you can fast for and say, Father, give me brother Femi, Father, give me Ibadan, give me Nigeria, give me West Africa. One person can just come and say one word, and that word can change your life for forever, because the person has gone through it. The person has an experience in it. So that is what partnership is all about, is for you to hear a word in season one, and for you to be able to go further in life. And I'm happy to tell you that our customers are our partners too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes. 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 Because without them, you won't be in business. They are the
Yes,
ones that
yes,
make the
sure.
business keep booming and thriving. And as much as you're there to
Yes, they are
serve
the
them,
reason
without
for,
them, you won't be in business.
yes, they are the reason why we are in business.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. So, what keeps you, what keeps you, Temitope, motivated and passionate about this work? And what impact do you hope to leave in the agricultural space? What keeps you motivated and passionate about the work? And what impact do you hope to leave in the agricultural space?
What keeps me motivated is the smiles on people's face when we solve their problem. You see, there's nothing as
Mm,
fulfilling as helping somebody to achieve something. There's nothing as fulfilling. I tell you a
yeah.
story. When I was in the university, there's this lady, very brilliant, very intelligent, but she did not know her worth. So she was failing until we met.
Mm,
When we met, right, I was on a lower class, she was on a third class, you get. So by the time we started partnership and I started speaking her, I saw that this lady wasn't too comfortable, but I could see the intelligence, I could see the passion in her that is hidden. So I started telling her, okay, do this, let's do this. Along the line, I didn't know I was helping myself. Along the line, her grade got higher than than mine.
wow.
You get.
Wow.
And I didn't know that as I was helping her, I was helping myself, because at the end of the day, my grade now went up based on the fact of the things I heard from her.
Mm,
You get.
you,
And that is, I translate that into business too.
mm,
If that can happen with one person, then the joy for me is that smile. See, today we still spoke yesterday, me and the lady. She's down in Canada. You get.
wow.
The joy that, oh, I impacted or impact on this person, and this person got a result, even
Yeah.
though that was not my own, was not to gain from it, but at the end of the day I still gained from it. That is my joy, that keeps me
Yeah.
going. The smile on customers face when they get what they deserve, it keeps me going. I'm so happy about that. And that is, you asked me a second question that I didn't get.
Yes. Which is what impact do you hope to leave in the agricultural space? What impact do you hope to leave within the agricultural space?
The impact I want to leave in the agricultural space is the fact that people should look at me, okay?
Mm,
People should look at me and say, if this person can achieve this, I can achieve it.
yeah.
If Farm Square, that in a whole year made 16,000 naira in revenue, and has translated
Mm,
to making over 500 million in a year now, then I can do it.
Hmm.
So people should see me in a
Hmm.
culture that okay, this person. If you are talking of let's say hip hop in Nigeria of the day, you go back to when Two Face, Plantation Boys, because these are
Yeah.
the guys that started Idris Emedi, Tony Tesula. They started this thing, so people call them
Yeah.
legends because they broke through. Before I remember, before we listened to international songs, foreign
Yeah.
music. But once
Yes.
these guys started, others started coming, and today Afrobeat has taken over. So I want
Yeah.
myself and Farmsquare to be the legends of farm. Let me say farmer Afrobeat in this generation. If there's something like that people can look back and say, oh, thank God that this
Yeah.
person brought what was offline online, because by the time we did that, a lot of people came and started doing what we are doing. Even people that were offline, brick and mortar, they started having
Mm.
e-commerce space. They started promoting their business, solving problems online. You get, and that is the
Yeah.
reference I want people to make when they hear about me, and
Fantastic.
so
It's just
much.
beautiful. Wow. It's just beautiful to hear that your greatest legacy is the fact that you want to be an inspiration to the next generation to
Yes,
see
yes.
that there's
In short,
some possibility within the agricultural sector, just as much as the entertainment industry is also booming, having a lot of groundbreaking activities happening in that arena. You want to be a beacon of hope and an inspiration to show the African youth, the Nigerian youth, what is possible within the agricultural sector. That's just
thank you for
brilliant.
putting that better.
So
English is very important. Hmm.
thank you for letting us know. And so this is my very final question to you. What would you advise, a young person or a young professional that's listening to us today that is aspiring to become an agro-business entrepreneur, looking to do that? What would be your advice for them? A young person or a young professional aspiring to become an agro-business entrepreneur, what would you advise for them to look out for to break into the industry?
I will tell them to start as early as possible, because you are going to make a lot of mistakes that you will learn
Mm,
from, and a unique part of you will now come out. Okay,
yeah.
if you look at those entrepreneurs doing well now, some of them have done trials, errors, done mistakes, you know, and
Yes.
to fast track your progress, read books about those who have
Mm,
done it. Okay, they have shared their, how somebody wrote a book. He put his 20
yeah.
years, 30 years, 50 years into a book that you can finish in 20 days. Now consider
Mm,
that you have such opportunity to have like 10 books. You have compressed about 200 years, or how many years of people into your life that you can finish in 2 3 months. Read biographies of great men, business owners. When you read their biography, automatically anything you face on the field they have faced, you can reference them. That is why we have
yeah.
reference. When you are writing a project, you
Yeah.
refer to somebody, that somebody did these things, and I'm bringing it that okay, I saw this loophole. Because they have done it before. When you read about them, when you face it, you can remember, oh, this person faced this kind of problem, and this was what he
Yeah.
did. So
Yeah.
read and read and read. He said, study to show yourself approved. Study to
Yeah.
show yourself approved. Make sure you study to the extent that when they call you, you have solutions at your fingertips, and that makes you
Mm,
exceptional. Believe in what you are doing. Believe in what you are doing. Keep doing it, even though it's not working. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's when you are doing it, I will bless your going out and your coming in. Is when you go out, you are blessed. If you don't go out, you will not
mm,
know what to do. when we started as Farm Square, we didn't start as selling farm inputs. We started as selling
Mm.
organic, organic vegetables. Organic vegetable. That was where we started from. It was when we got to the field we discovered that, oh, this one is small compared to this. Let us venture into it. Now we are even we are trying to do something now based on the fact that we have been doing something. No, it is not what we started with that you may end up to break through with. So start
Mm.
as early
Yeah.
as possible to do the trial and error, to learn, to be able to come out with a unique solution that will help your life for life.
Mm.
Yes,
Very
thank you.
important. I feel I feel really just interviewing you alone. I just feel really inspired to just hear your story and how you talked about as you start early, there will be points where it will be necessary to sort of pivot or transition or even scale what it
Yes,
is. Like,
pivot.
oh, whatever you started out
Mm-hmm.
with might not be what it is. Yeah, they might not be what it is. Just imagining you guys say, oh, you started out with just vegetables, but now the range of things that you do is wider, is massive. And just seeing as you keep along the way, keep going in business, the more needs or demands that you sort of encounter. Oh, okay, how can we include this?
Yes.
How can we include this?
The
Wow.
field. The field will teach you what to do. The field will teach you. See, you can sit down in your
Mm,
room and begin to draw whatever you want to draw. When you get to the field, it will now teach you on
mm.
what to do.
Wow, the field will teach you what to do. I think that's also like in marketing. That's more like saying like the customer needs is what you sort of tilt towards. What is the market
Yes.
saying? What is the market saying? Not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily what you think the market needs, but what does the market actually needs based off of your
Yes.
interaction with the market. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, Mr. Temitope. Wow, it's been over an hour 30 just gleaning from you and just sharing you shared so much wisdom with us today on this episode of the podcast. I am immensely grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much. And guys, trust me, like I said, um Mr. Temilifu and I have not seen in person. It was just online, and I said, please, I would like you to come on the podcast to just share your story and let someone be inspired. And it's just beautiful to hear that that's like your legacy you want to leave, like showing a picture of possibility for the next generation, letting every young person out
Yes.
there know that agriculture is also a valuable thing. And this is something that this is a narrative that I personally want to paint. Like, I know that technology is huge, is big, and everything, but I think that technology is an enabler. And personally, I also think
You
that
know,
there's so much going on within the agricultural
I tell you something. Majority of those who
yeah.
see me, if I tell them I'm in Agri, they don't believe. I'm
Wow.
too tush. I'm too tush to believe that I'm in the bush. I'm a bush boy that was
Wow.
brought into the tush.
Wow.
So
Wow.
many people don't
Wow.
believe that, oh, I'm involved in agriculture. As you can see, you see purple tree at my backyard. If I show you, you see orange tree, you see a lot of things.
Yeah.
I do practical things. But many people they don't believe. It's the way you do it. Do your thing with style, with dignity. Do it with
Yeah.
tushness. Don't do
Yeah.
like just anybody, so that you'll be
Yeah.
well recognized.
Beautiful, beautiful. The truth is, why I like to have these conversations is because the truth is, when you engage with the average Nigerian youth, a lot of persons still have agriculture as whole, are just being at the farm. Most persons have not seen that agriculture has gone beyond that, and there's also a key role that regardless of the space where you have your expertise, you can function in agriculture. Imagine when you started out Farm Square, you had to go do UXI design because the person that was doing UXI design wasn't forthcoming with the application. Your expertise in SEO also came in handy. Your expertise in branding also came in handy. Your expertise in marketing also came in handy. expertise in business administration
things
also
things
came in
things
handy.
things are
All this has
easier
also
now. Things
useful.
are easier now. We have AI
Yeah,
tools
all these
making
are
things
also
easier
useful.
now.
Yes.
Mm.
Fantastic. And so this is like the message that I want to sort of preach to younger generation. Like, regardless of your skill set and your expertise, there is something, that a gap or a void that you can use that skill to fulfill within agriculture. So don't just think of it like
Yeah.
you have to be the one going to the farm. You guys at Farm Square give farmers advisory. You sell seeds to them, which will still impact on their yields. But along that value chain, you are solving a problem there. You don't have to be the one being in the farm. You don't have to be the one, pushing the tractor or working with the tractor or things like that. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing your story. And I earnestly pray that that legacy that you've already started to build, that God just gives you the strength and the ability to see it come to fruition. So thank you once again for just being here with us today. For just being here with us today. And so, guys, please, if anybody wants to connect with you or get access to Farm Square, where can they find you guys? Your Instagram handle, your LinkedIn handle, your Facebook group, anybody that wants to be part of it, to just get access to your organization directly. How can they do that?
Oh, okay. So you can get access to us on Facebook. Just search for Farm Square NG or Farm Square. Once
Okay.
you start Farm Square on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on X, you see us. That is for Farm Square. For but personally, I'm not building my social space anyway. My focus is on building Farm Square and building life, not myself
Yeah.
for now. I just build myself on a low key. So it's good to win in silence.
Okay.
Mm.
That's beautiful. It's good to win in silence. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Mr. Temitope. It's been an amazing time just engaging with you and you just sharing your story at Farm Square with us and just sharing your success and also just letting us know that there's so much possibility within agriculture, particularly in Nigeria and even within Africa. So thank you once again. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome. Thank you so much,
you.
Pastor Arige, for